Sticky Ricky reporting in here, and you know, I was talking with the wife a lot, you know, listening about the social media, and I've kind of been in a lull, so to speak. So I think the thing comes down to, like, a lot of times I just want to make this like entertaining, short bursts of explosive power and enthusiasm. But the fact of the matter is, you know, I'm pretty burnt out from time to time, especially now that I'm traveling again. I'm on the road, you know, at least 3 days a week as of right now, sometimes 5 days a week. So it's getting really hard to have the, you know, to muster up the adrenaline, catching up to the old style of enthusiasm, the style basically, you know, maxing out, hitting the big lifts and all that. And ultimately it's not sustainable. But I'll tell you what is sustainable is something I haven't done in a while. It's connecting with you guys, connecting with the viewers. So essentially, I think what I'm going to do moving forward is just kind of document every, you know, day-to-day situation, because at the end of the day, I live, you know, a unique life. You know what I'm saying? I'm traveling, like, for instance, I got to go to Brooklyn. I fly to Brooklyn on Sunday, and you know, filming Monday Night Raw on Monday, and then flying out again on Tuesday. So it's like, well, what is Sticky Ricky gonna do? You know, what's he gonna do in Brooklyn? You know, I don't know. Maybe it's just hit a hotel gym workout for 15 minutes. I don't know. It's a unique set of circumstances, but you know, that kind of stuff. Airports, you know, just different situations as opposed to the typical, you know, rat's nest. You know, here's a freaking 1 rep max in the nest, and that's it. And then I won't see it until the next situation. You know, things have to change. Training can't always be as sexy as, you know, this is a, you know, 12,000 pound lift. You know, I guess right now, because I got to do the hotel workouts a lot of times because I don't have time to go to a gym or find a gym, or I'm in a town I don't know where something is. I just got to use whatever dumbbells are there, you know, 30-pound dumbbells or so. So, like, for instance, I've been switching up a little bit. Now I'm doing German volume training just because the 10x10 makes it so that, like, you don't need the biggest weights. You know, the intensity's through the roof with freaking 100 total working reps. You know, so, like, for instance, me and the woman here are going to be going to the Crunch Fitness. Crunch Butt Munch Fatness. Yeah, and basically dumbbells go up to 125. So I think I'm going to do some pressing, you know, dumbbell bench pressing, 10x10 there. Now, dumbbells don't go any heavier, but again, 10x10, you don't need much more than that. Not doing anything in time, stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
Maxing out, you know, 10 times 10, you know, GBT. That's attack. Alright, so that's about the gist of it. After I did the dips, I just did some triceps push downs, supersetted with the bench dips. Now, I always kind of laugh at bench dips because they're so easy that I figured bench dips were for string beans that couldn't do real dips. But when I was injured and you know, couldn't bend my knee, one of the things, and couldn't horsecock weights, one of the things that I liked doing was, you know, push downs and then just supersetting with the bench dips. And let me tell you guys something. The bench dips are so easy that they make the ultra complement complementary movement to that isolation triceps work. Because say you squeeze out, 10, 12, 15 of those bad boys, right? And, they're freaking fatigued and exhausted to the bone. You go to those bench dips, and they're so easy, you hit about 40, 50, 60 of those suckers. And then it feels almost like you're going to snap your triceps. A hell of a sensation. And after I did that, I did the stair climber. Now you guys can say, Sticky Ricky, I thought you're bloat maxing. Fellas, I'm freaking maxed. I'm pretty much maxed out here. And now that I'm back, back in television, I can't be, a water buffalo huffing and puffing. So I got to get my cardiovascular system primed. So I've been doing the stair climber to finish each workout. Sometimes I was doing treadmill incline, interval sprints, but I find that at my bulbous body weight, the stair climber really is the best way to go. And ultimately, the stair climber, it's like you're just getting extra leg work in. And with my horse body weight, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not, a twig climbing those steps. You know what I mean? Every step I'm taking is building bigger, fat, rotund calves and quads. You know what I mean? But also, I get home, guys, and I'm spent. I'm spent because the 10 by 10, listen, the 10 by 10 is no joke, okay? This German volume training is no freaking joke. And I did it for 3 exercises. I believe the freaking Germans had it for like 1 or 2 exercises. There was some accessory work afterwards. But, I just want to really ensure that I'm destroying my body. You know what I mean? So, a couple notes here. Those flies, guys, I used to scoff at the flies because it was like, oh, that's a, Johnny bodybuilder, cookie cutter, Sally fluff exercise. You know what I mean? And it may be true. It may be true unless you go balls to the wall heavy with those suckers like I did the other day. And here's a funny thing. The other day I maxed out the machine, right? I just did a set of 5 or something, maxed it out, and then I went to one side and I put the curl bar on the cable. So obviously the full stack on the one side, did it for a few sets, and then I put the arm up and I did the triceps for a few sets. And on one of the reps, the cable snapped. So it snapped. So I, smashed the handle right in my thighs. And, it probably was the best exercise to have the cable break. Because I was thinking, damn, what if I was, doing these with the maxed out, the flies, and it snapped, my body would twist and potentially tear my pec or blow my back out or something. So I was very grateful to the universe that it snapped when I was doing the triceps push downs. But anyways, I kept it lighter today because, first of all, 10 sets of 10. And let me tell you guys, those suckers, it was a juicy pump when I got there. So the other day when I was doing the dumbbell bench with the 125s, because that's the weight limit at the crunch, you know what I'm saying? Nobody touched, everyone's so weak there, those things are dusty, no one touches them. So of course they're never gonna get bigger weights. But I did the 125s and they were pretty easy. It was easy for 10 because I started with it. But since I taxed the pectorals, pre-exhaust in a sense, those 125s felt heavy as a beast. And that's kind of a good thing, you know what I mean? Like, as you get older, right, you kind of want to make lighter weights feel harder so that you're not tense, constantly loading up your tendons and ligaments all the time, all that wear and tear. I used to love doing that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Trying to behind the back deadlift 1,000 pounds or whatever. But now, I've realized that our tendons and ligaments are kind of precious. So I'm trying to minimize the wear and tear on my body as I move forward. Is that making me a cookie cutter? I would like to think it doesn't, because 10 by 10 is some serious business and nobody's doing that. You know what I mean? There was this study where it was like comparing 5 sets of 10 to 10 sets of 10. 5 sets of 10 proves superior and more gains because it wasn't as taxing, the unnecessary volume. But it's like, who are these subjects that you're testing, right? Because if I'm willing to bet, I bet they're freaking weak, soft, you know what I mean? Like lethargic, or they're not peaked, you know what I'm saying? So I said, I'm just doing the 10 by 10. If that's the way that the German volume training, the German 1970s weightlifters were doing it, that's the way I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Freaking hell. So cranking that volume. It's just a good way to switch up the stimulus, because the way that I had been training, everyone always said, oh, Sticky Ricky, how do you train? You know, I thought you were Bulgarian. It's like, well, listen, fellas, yes, I did like Bulgarian for like 10 years straight. And, you know, and then you get some injuries, and, you know, eventually you plateau and you can't keep hitting more PRs after PRs after PRs, and eventually it gets pretty damn stale. So you switch it up. So this is a fresher way, you know, to approach training, just the high volume. See if there's any gains to be made with it. I've kind of always scoffed at high volume. Like, oh man, more volume when you could just crank more weights. You know what I mean? But, and it's like, say you're the 125-pound dumbbells. Like, yeah, you know, you crank them. It's like, it's pretty easy for 10. And the second set's easy. The third set's easy. And the fourth set's easy. And the fifth set's easy. But eventually, now the sixth set, it's like, oh damn, it's getting kind of hard. Seventh set, oh, that's really hard. 8, 9, 10. It starts getting really damn hard. And the key factor with it is the rest periods. So instead of just like, okay, I'm ready, you know, you have the freaking stopwatch, 60 seconds, boom, back to it. Crank out 10, 60 seconds, boom, back to it. And you know, you get that glossy sweat finish on the bod that nobody has at the gym. Everyone's bone dry. But when you're freaking 1 minute off and you're cranking those horse cock weights, and you got your minute off, and you start getting that, you know, that coat of fish oil all over your body, like that's how you know that you're hustling and bustling, and you know, you're separating yourself from the pack. You know, on a side note, I'll talk about this, but I want to end it here because, listen, you know, over 300,000 subs, but I still don't know how to upload longer videos in 15 minutes. You know, I got this in the mail that I didn't know what the hell it was, all right, because it was in a box, and I opened it up and it was this sucker, this thing, fellas, this power twister. Listen, I bought these like 7 years ago thinking they're gonna be badass, and they turned out to be kind of a meme, right? You know, the Arnold thing, because they're so easy. But I bought heavy duty ones, 40 kilos, 50 kilos, 60 kilos, and 80 kilos. And at TV the other day, I brought the 60 kilo one just to kind of get the pecs and the buys pumped up. And everyone's, oh man, let me try that. People couldn't do it. And it was like a pretty fun like party trick, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you crush it for a set of 30 and you give it to some schmuck and he can't even bend it for one. There's no better feeling than that, you know what I mean? So, whatever, it's not bad for a pump. But guys, I was using this thing through a period of like 10 hours and my freaking wrists were sore and I was sore. And I was like, damn, this is actually a pretty good exercise if you utilize it to its fullest extent, right? So then I got home the next day and I went to the 80 kilo and I wasn't warmed up. And I bent that sucker for like a rep. I was like, ooh, I felt that a lot in my pec. I was like, okay, damn, okay, well, I'm not warm. You know, I do it again, I do it one more time, like, damn, I'm gonna tear my pecs. So the fact that I wasn't warm, if you can tear, it's like going to, you know, bench 315, it's not the most weight in the world, but if you're not warmed up and you go to bench 315, no warm up, ice cold, you can tear your pec. So then it got me thinking, it's like, damn, okay. So this thing really does work the shoulders and the buys and the pecs. So I'm gonna get hardcore. I ordered 100 kilo, and let me tell you something here. I'm not warmed up, right? Look at this. Can't bend it. Christ. Can't even bend it. God damn. Can't even bend it. So tomorrow, I'm gonna warm up with these suckers. I'm gonna get the CNS firing like hell. I'm gonna try to bend this sucker. And then what's funny is on Amazon or whatever, there's like some companies selling these things up to 150 kilos. Now let me tell you something here. I've pressed over 500 pounds. Can't bend that sucker. Okay, Grant, I'm not warmed up, but who the hell is bending 150? Who's bending something that's 50% even tougher than this one? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be willing to bet that freaking, you know, freaking Eddie Hall would have a hard time. Or Bjornsson would have a hard time bending these things. You know, 150, I'll put money on it. I want to see Larry Wheels bend the 150 kilo one for, you know, I just want to see it because I don't even know if it's possible. I'll be honest with you. And I would have ordered it just for the meme of it, having it, but the thing's like $300 or some dollars, which is like for a $350 spring. Like, unless I'm, you know, hitting this for a set of 100, I'm not ordering that. So on that note, this video is way too long already. So I'm gonna sign out. Sticky Ricky's gonna sign out. You know, I'm gonna feast, grub. I already had 5 fig bars at the gym. That's 1,000 calories. I talk about other, you know, foods. It's not all I don't only eat fig bars. People say, oh, sticky rate, how do you gain weight? It's like, well, fellas, you know, 1,000 calories during the workout. You know what I mean? And then eat whatever else you're gonna eat on top of that. But you get them 1,000 calories in while you're pumping. You know what I'm saying? Like getting the freaking 100 working reps in, eating treats in between, muscles, glycogen full. You know what I'm saying? Get the volumize. You know. So on that note, tomorrow we're gonna see. I'm either gonna do, because of the German volume training, I'm just breaking it up now. I'm just doing push, pull, and lower body. So just 3. Cookie cutter as hell, but you know, it's not a bad approach. So if I do lower body, that's the beast. Let me tell you, 10 working sets, 10 on squats is pretty damn hard. You know, they got this, the Widowmaker sets of 20, but that's 1. Okay, so when you got 10 sets of 10, and we're not, you know, you're not doing fluff weight here. You know what I mean? You're not lollygagging doing, you know, 95 pounds. Like it's a hard set of 10 times, right? 60 to no more than 120-second rest tops. Get that gloss on your skin, right? Really show that you're working, you know? But on that note, too damn long. Hopefully I can even upload this video, and I will hopefully have some juicy, nice, long content tomorrow. Hopefully really smashing the power twister, and if not, developing some horse legs for you guys.